You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
And today is the 3rd of April, 2026, the very first edition of the program, the Bottomline Liberia discussions for the month of April. So we want to say welcome to you, and wherever you are, we want you to join us. You can also invite people around you, people that you know that are in your contacts, to join us. And tonight, Paul, the Lord, Children, and I are here, and hopefully the rest of the crew will be coming. But we want to say welcome, whatever you're doing, take your time to join us. Let me go to my Paul, to my friend Paul. Paul is there in the UK. Paul, how are you? Welcome to the show tonight. A new brand edition of the show for the month of April. You are muted still. You are still muted, Paul. You are muted. Paul, you are muted. You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're right. Can you hear me now?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to say happy Good Friday for all the Christian. This is their Holy Week. And then for you being a former Christian, I just want to also say happy Good Friday. But it's good to be back here, and also good to be among the living. And I'm happy to be in paradise. What say you, my dear brother? How you doing? And how's Norway?
And thank you so much. I don't think religion is something that you can resign from. I'm just taking a sabbatical because I got several concerns. There are a lot of things that I see that don't make sense for me in the Bible. For instance, somebody tell me the Bible is the word of God, and I don't believe it. I don't think so. It's not. And so if somebody can convince me that God spoke, God, yeah. So when you say formal, yes, you kind of right and taking break, but until they can address my concerns, then I think I'll remain free as I am, because what religion does to people is that religion will make you, put you into captivity. You'll be afraid now. Like when you ordinary man, you belong to nothing. No law holding you, you get yourself right. But by the time you go join some kind of society, there are plenty of law. You might not go all this time. You might not eat a kind of food. You might not do this. Then you see, if you get medicine, but man, you traveling, when you get sick, you look for a way to get well, but you go to medicine man put medicine on your waist. They say the medicine here, you can't jump over so thing, you can't do so thing. You tie up, my man. You can't do nothing. You were free long time ago. You tie. So Christianity, they make you afraid. You will die. You will go to hell, and then you even if you know that what they say is not true, but the moment you say you're Christian or you religious man, then you're scared. You see, religious man, just stupid man sitting in the chair, in the chair, the window open, no God that you can run away through that window, but you say, no, yes, sit down here. Hey, no, let me sit down because this is where I belong. Yeah. So,
but Linford, don't you think the religion as a whole is designed in a way for family values to guide people in good behavior? Don't you think that's the reason why it was designed in a way? Because if you look at all the religions, go to Buddhism or the Hindu religion, the how they call it, before you come to the Islam and all that, they have a set principle that people should abide by. But then the thing with the set principle, the people, the rectors in those books, they actually marginalize other group of people. For example, I would say in the Christianity, for example, if you read the Bible and from the Old Testament to the New Testament, most of the people that wrote the book, they were all men. So things that they wrote not favor women. If you look at it logically, because the writer will say woman must submit herself to the man. But why is it that the writer couldn't say man submit himself to the woman? So you see, because many men wrote the book, so the contradiction is all in there. So I think it's just a principle that people live by, guide people to be a good human being. You see, that's how I see it. But
Yeah,
for
you got a point, Paul. And the thing is, let me tell you, the people who wrote the Bible, they were half of them were powerful people. They were people associated with power, and they didn't want that equality between they and women. And so
uh-huh.
they marginalized women. I would describe them in short as misogynists, the people who downplay women. Now, imagine, Paul, I was checking the population of the world. Just recently on Google, it were around it's almost 63 million people, something like that, around there. And everybody was born by women.
Yeah.
I see nobody where they made the laboratory, they yet make a man tell you about girl and go. Okay? Everybody was born by women. And then the same people who born you turn around and say they're not worth to even preach to their own children there to because if you wrote this book and so yeah, man. Today's topic is Real Set Pro wants to know the topic for today. Let's pull it up first on the screen, then we'll come to it. Today's topic is justice or witch hunt. Now, with reference to the Samuel Jackson case, so that's the topic for today. But we are making this feel a little bit with religion. Real Set Pro, the pastor man, the pastor pro, we the pastor pro, we got myself pastor too. I get pastor pro. So we the pastor pro, we let go of this. So you see, religion, if you say it was designed as a kind of guideline for family, okay, but not everything is there. Something was there designed as a guideline, but the rest of it, they even teach good principle. What kind of God we take? Okay, they go as a good God, and then they go on to be so good with the children. That he the one playing with blood every time. And nowhere in the Bible I've read that say don't kill anybody. No, they say what they talk about. Who's supposed to be a bad guy? Nowhere in the Bible, from the time I became Christian in 1978 up to now, I've never seen anywhere in the Bible where they say don't kill anybody. If sin have anything to do with anybody that will do, God sent him to go, and I think God sent him to go make you later. See, so that is sin God can say do not kill. Then he turn around, he gave a law to Moses. Moses came from the mountain in Canaan. He listened and God said, yeah, he didn't read it to the people. But because he saw people worshiping something else, then the same God tells say kill 3,000 of them. The same God will kill 42 children. He will send a bear, 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 to come and kill 42 children because the children laugh at the bald-headed prophet Elisha. Simply the children playing, they see the boy probably they start laughing. Elisha got there. He saw the children, then God sent bear to kind of eat all the children. Eh? Yeah. What kind of boy is this? Innocent children playing. So there are certain things that don't make sense to me. So I'm still waiting that people can come and explain it when they clear my doubt. I'll go back. How long it will take me to say, okay, I'll come back again. And so the
but Linford, they don't have to clear your doubt. The thing is, look at it logically. The scripture is written in a way you can interpret the way you understand it. And most of the religious scholars, they interpret the scripture because they didn't read it, so they interpret it the way they understand it. So that's the thing. If you go back to one of the oldest religion, which is Buddhism, for example, they believe in reincarnation, and they also believe in karma. What happened in the Buddhist religion? They say if you live as a human being, you have to live, behave, and don't do all the bad things. So when you die, you come back as human being. But if you did bad things, if you die, when God send you back, God will send you like they will tell you to maybe you could be snake, monkey, or something. That's the belief. So you see, so the guidelines is there that live good for the better because God wants people to live good. So people use it all the way. But then if the newer religion, the Islam and Christianity, for example, or Judaism, in Judaism, it is more broader because they believe in eye for an eye. So when you slap me, I will slap you back. And you see, but then when Jesus came, Jesus changed the whole thing, said, no, we should be a brother keeper. Love your neighbor as yourself. You see how they, so that love your neighbor as yourself is left with your own interpretation. So if somebody kill your child, you should love that person for killing your child. And you know me and you cannot do it. So then you revert to the Old Testament where they believe in eye for an eye. You see, so it's kind of tricky, but it's just good to live as a good human being and be your brother keeper. That's how I see it.
Thank you. And I personally believe that I don't need any book to tell me to be a good person, because inside me there is this intelligence. Now, we don't carry the power in our hand everywhere we go, even though we have learned it, but we don't carry it everywhere we go. So if I want to do bad, I'll not open the power to say, oh, is it good to do? Or if I want to do something, I say, is it good to do this? Or is not good? No. So there is your human intellect, and that intelligence lives within you. That it guides you. But Paul, you will not look at the ocean, you don't get swimming vest, nothing, then you go join the ocean. Something inside will taste it. Something will taste it in Europe. Okay? If you see a beautiful fruit, but the fruit they're not good to eat, someone will tell you a poisonous. Or if you see something that's good to eat, it will also tell you. So that intelligence is in you, and that is the God that is guiding you. It is inside you. It's not sitting there somewhere else. Okay? And then but again, we will not make a program about religion. I think I will have to start something like religion and society, where we can invite some religious leaders to come and debate the issue. But today we want to give them the benefit of that this is a holy week, and and the whip Judah today in your place.
Oh, no, that only in Africa they can do that thing. They don't do it in the white people country here. Especially in Liberia, the poor be crying, be beating Judah. So you won't have that here. And that's the thing. But anyway, we just want to say, I mean, this is a holy week for the those who believe in the Almighty Jesus Christ. Just want to say Happy Good Friday, and then on Sunday will be the resurrection of the Almighty, and we want to say Happy Easter to our viewers that are following us also. It's good to be back here. So today, Linford, as we know, before we take our musical break to ask our audience to share the show, this is the situation in Liberia. Justice or witch hunt for Samuel Jackson and his family. Are we going to, is this a witch hunt or is justice for the lady? This is the question. How come he was not charged for murdering his wife, but he charged for manslaughter, neglect, and two other stuff? So the question is, why the police, they did their forensic and all that in the man's home, and they didn't charge him for murder. So the question here is it justice or for the witch hunt because he's a voice that bent against the government? So we want our audience to join in this conversation. We're just interested to know what is going on. Why you didn't charge this guy? Why it took the police 72 hours to do forensic on Samuel Jackson property? We just want to know. We're curious. That's what the bottom line is all about. So we want to welcome a few persons here. I see, is that Ayaja Fode?
Alhaji Fode.
Is that Hahaji?
Alhaji
Fode. Pro. Who else is there that's following us? I want to say, welcome Fede Kate. We get who else following us tonight? Yeah, if those who on Jala TV we can't really see the name, just do thumbs up so we can recognize you. Also from the how to call it, YouTube, just give thumbs also we can recognize you as well. Welcome to the show. Be interesting to know. Did Samuel Jackson kill his wife, or is a witch hunt or justice for the woman? Which one? We are a bit confused here. So this is the topic for today. Which one? Justice or witch hunt? We want our audience to chime in because we are confused. The police did an investigation. They did forensic. He was never charged for murder, but manslaughter, 5 years imprisonment. Is that enough? Where's the justice? We just want to know. We're curious. Chime in. Linford, back to you.
Good. And so, if you're just joining us, you heard the layout for the program tonight. That's the main topic. As we know, Mr. Samuel Jackson is spending his second night at his Monroe's Central Prison, commonly known as South Beach. It says South Beach. I'm always confused with it. People can say South Beach, South Beach, South Beach. I don't know whether that's South Beach or Salt Beach. I think it's South Beach. So, and he was charged with three major counts, and he will be there until I think Tuesday, because Monday is going to be a holiday. So Tuesday he might be arraigned before the courts. But what the case is, the question that a lot of people are asking right now is whether the momentum, the speed at which the case went, and the timing. They know that this is a holiday season, and they brought the man to court yesterday late in the afternoon and stuff like that. But we'll be going to details of all of those. So that's what we'll be discussing tonight on the local front. And on the international front, good news for France. They have managed to arrange with the Iranian, and one of their vessels has gone through with oil. So that vessel went through safely today with the approval of the Iranian government, the ROGC. And there are several vessels that are still stranded, and I think maybe negotiations will be going on. And at the same time, while Mr. Trump is trying to deploy ground troops to go and forcibly open the place, so that's where the drama will be. And so we'll be discussing that. And African countries, Great Britain and France say they're going east, they're going to the Strait of Hormuz to pass oil to ease the hardship on African countries. Can you imagine? We'll be talking about that. Why African countries? How many African countries suffering like us there in Europe for oil and gas? But we'll be talking about that. So if you have the time, you can stay with us and help us to share the show. In the meantime, we're going to take our short musical break, and then when we get back, we'll be continuing the entire show for tonight. So stay with us and be a part of the show. You can leave your comments as well.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we protect you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. Your spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Okay, so you're welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions tonight. This beautiful Friday evening, and today is it Good Friday or Palm Friday? Some kind of Friday. Paul, I'm muted.
Linford is Good Friday. It's the
Okay.
Friday that today should be the sad day for the Christian. This is the day that Jesus was actually nailed on a cross. So it's a sad day. So most people at home, what happened? They don't eat meat on Good Friday, especially the Christian. They only eat fish. And so this is Good Friday. And on Sunday, we'll all be celebrating the coming of Jesus Christ, and we'll be eating, well, the best of food, because this is how it is. But one thing before we move to the topic tonight, for those joining us for the first time, this is the topic on the Bottomline discussion. This is Samuel Jackson and the case of his wife, Justice or Witch Hunt. We try for our audience to help us here. The police charged Samuel Jackson for manslaughter and neglect. So, and the two others, so these are all little charges, but the thing is, they had this big thing at his house. They did forensic. Why he was not charged for murder? So the question here, because you're charged for neglect and manslaughter, is it a witch hunt? Talk to us, our audience. We just want to know. Linford, I know Jemai and others will be joining the program, but this is the topic for tonight. While we wait for the other guys to come in, I just wanted to say that because it's a holy week, and we our Christians, brothers and sisters, we just want to wish them all the best and the coming of Jesus Christ on Sunday. We'll keep them in prayers, just what we did with our Muslim brothers and sisters. So this is where we are. Just share the show. It will be fascinating tonight. We have a former police officer in our midst. Welcome, Padole. And he'll be telling us what are the police did the right thing. And welcome, Jamal, who is very knowledgeable. This guy, he was journalist, he was doctor. I don't know what else. Welcome to the show. So tonight,
The man are jack of all trades.
so how are you here?
The man are footballer now. I mean, football analyst.
He's everything. You see, there's a saying they call it jack of all trades, master or none.
Then look at Arsenal and say we can win. When we leading the table, he said we can win. I want to see that magic.
All right. Linford, please don't change our topic here today because this is a religion week. Football is suspended. Jamal, welcome to the show. Welcome, Padole.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad to be here tonight. So,
oh God, Linford kill me.
We'll discuss issues based on the knowledge that we have.
Great. Jamal, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, well. Thank you. Happy Easter. I want to say a big all of our Christian brothers and sisters that are celebrating Easter today. We say happy Easter to all of you across the world and all those who follow us. I know to say it's a sad day for more Christians. I really want to celebrate the death of Jesus, and was a big congratulatory mood. I know you're celebrating a very religious faith. It's a religious commitment. Now, I think I was in my own last couple of months back, and I also want to say, wherever you are, we want you also to remember us in prayers as we hear on the Bottomline. I know some of us on this platform have different faith. I'm sorry. So we still respect those who believe in anything. There are other people here who don't believe in nothing. So we also want to respect those who believe in something. So I want to wish you well and enjoy your Easter week.
Yeah. I also want to say, Precious Toad, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good. Kindly help share the show. Wish happy Easter too to you. Well, this will be interesting. Padole, Jamal, and Linford. Samuel Jackson. This is the question.
Okay. The question is like, I want to take the first shot. Yeah. Yes. The charges that now Mr. Jackson, Samuel P. Jackson is facing is like multiple charges, including manslaughter, negligent homicide, aggravated assault, and reckless reckless. So, what's that? What is this? All right, and a couple of things I can't see what he says something. So, Yeah, the manslaughter according to law is a unlawful killing without malice, afterthought, while negligent homicide pertains to death resulting from carelessness or failure to exercise due caution. So this relates to conduct that expose another person to serious harm. So what are we saying here? So for me, Mr. Dollar, who has been investigator, police investigator, he's been a criminal investigator, he's been forensic investigator. I think he's forensic, whatever investigator, but he's been in security force, the security for a very, very long time, very experienced person. And I think he can tell us probably these charges, what does it mean to common man who won't understand these charges? We saying murder, he's saying manslaughter, and also negligence, all this stuff. Multiple charges on this one person. Could you please explain to what it means so we can take it from there, if you mind? I know Blaine for want to say something before Mr. Dollar can pick it up.
No.
I wouldn't say much because I'm not a policeman or I'm not any criminal investigator. We just cover the story, and when the police people or the authorities use these big words like manslaughter and 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 all these things, we carry the story as they tell us. So I can't really say anything because for me, the first time when I started hearing the word, not now, long time ago, I started hearing manslaughter. Because there was a program on radio before long time ago called Police Report, right? When it was small every morning.
Is that the
And
one
that
that
way,
police report?
Yes.
Yeah. I
yeah.
know about the armed forces today. Was there something like one
No,
living
the
story?
armed forces today was there also, but every morning this will have from 7:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock. This will have police report, and I remember one of the person that used to do that in Gabriel Golikaju, and then long time ago, man, long time they had the police people, they had a police report people there, and that when they got use all the BB, the person was charged with manslaughter, the other person was charged with aggravated assault and all the things. So when I hear the word slaughter, because slaughter means to kill. So when they say manslaughter, I say, but why? Even if they kill a woman, I'm not manslaughter. You can't say woman slaughter. So I think Padre will help us here and let us know.
Yeah.
So Padre,
Yeah. Yeah, guy. Manslaughter is something that killing was done over the premeditation. So the negligence of homicide that the director is talking about, it can be, somebody can be charged on that when this person neglected someone supposed to be helped, and he have all capacity to help the person, he didn't do it. He allowed the person to die from the wound or from whatever struggle the person was struggling on. Then that person can be charged for negligence of homicide. But you see, my concern in this matter is this: the the information we have been gathering from the local medias and here and there and rest of it is this. When Samuel Jackson came home, according to the information, that met his wife in lying on the ground in that condition, first thing he did, he made sure that he called for ambulance to take the woman to the hospital. And the police were aware of that information, that the man did not neglect the woman. He took her to the hospital. And while they were in the hospital, condition was getting worse. Operation was requested, and she underwent that head surgery. So basically, for such a person to be charged for negligence on homicide, I don't foresee it happening. Because if he have neglected a woman and he allowed the woman to die in that struggle manner, then he can be charged for negligence of homicide. But someone who do everything possible, take the woman to the hospital, and and a surgery was done because of the operation, the woman having to die after 2 or 2.5 hours or 4 hours. So basically, I don't know where the police coming from with this negligence of homicide. But from onset, they have some professional police in Liberia. Some are not uh, uh, working in the government, but they are there doing their private security assistance. I used to do it. I used to do that when I was in Liberia. I had a private security company, and I have a private investigator team. So when crime committed in your company or whatever you hire out, we put into it, we get a pro and a con, we put every necessary evidence or information we collected, we give it to you because we don't have the prosecuting powers. We give it to you, you
Okay,
take the
but
matter.
Jolly, let me what you read there.
So
I think
basically,
we
So
I think
basically,
what we want
this
them.
particular, listen, let me learn, Mr. Limfa. This particular issue, I don't foresee it holding any water. But they have some renowned lawyers that look into this matter. They will see it as best. But from my understanding, is about witch hunt
Oh,
from the police. That's how I see
Okay,
it. To be.
okay, but let me. You said something, and let me. And the definition of manslaughter is the unlawful killing of human being without malice. That means without any grudge or without any plan for that person. But
That is the
it also
that is
say
the
yeah, and it said distinguishing it from murder. It typically involves unintentional killing through negligence, involuntary, or an intentional killing committed in the heat of passion due to provocation or thing. So when the police charged Samuel Jackson with this negligence, I think there's where they're coming from. The second definition or the supporting definition of this manslaughter. You see, because it could be that something happened. But again, like we said, we leave that. Yeah, Bataki, welcome, and Chadelo, welcome, and
yeah
Efaso Tele, welcome. So I
yeah
think this is moving. For me, my point of this case is that there have been similar incidents like this. Precious Cooper's body was found in a lonely man yard in blood, oozing from her mouth. And there's nobody was arrested. The next few hours, we heard this lonely guy was leaving to go back to Lebanon. Okay, nobody was arrested. The police did not move swiftly like this. In that whole compound, there were people there. Nobody was arrested to be taken to the police and to be arraigned before court. But this case, the way the police moved, the first thing when the thing happened, when Samuel Jackson went to the hospital with a woman when the woman died, the next day the police moved, heavily armed police. And this was not people shooting, this was not violent case where you have to move with heavily armed police to go surround the main house. Like one of the signs that this case is politically motivated. And also yesterday, what we saw on the screen from every media institution I ordered, I saw Spoon, I saw closing argument and all of this. Every one of them was showing heavily armed police also standing before the door with shield, ready for no action. So when you do this kind of thing, in a death case where the case was not involving somebody with arm shooting people, and then you carry heavily armed police, then people get to interpret it the other way. But I think maybe Paul got something else to add.
well, the thing is, that's the question that on everybody lips now as we speak. Because when the incident happened, Mr. Samuel Jackson, with his own big mouth, he actually called the police upon himself. Because if you are not going to call Spoon near without net to say, you pray for my wife, the police are not going to act because you're critical voice in the country and you call. Now,
He did the best. He did the best thing though.
yeah, he called the nation to pray for his wife while she was having operation. He did that. So we know he did. But now the police said they got a tip off. So, gentlemen, I'm not a police officer. I haven't been before, but common sense tell me when police people get tipped off that something gone wrong, When they get to the premise, what do? If in that right, they have the right to get warrant from the court because government that 24 hours to secure the place, seal the place, and do what we call forensic. But it took them 72 hours before they could enter the premises of Mr. Jackson to do forensic. So as how on earth that the forensic that they did with fingerprint and all that, they could not charge him with murder. So people now start saying because you couldn't charge him or because of his own big mouth and you been against him for a while, this is the opportunity that we have to nail him. That's where the witch hunt comes from. But if you put that on the other side, so what were the forensic that I mean the coroner came up with the autopsy report say was inconclusive. So we don't know what because you're operator, so the doctor pronounced what death. It could be death while after operation. So how on earth now you link all of this thing because we know that the woman, she had seizure before, she always falling. So because of that, police say, oh, it's neglect. And they said from their own investigation, they saw some mark on her shoulder. Based on that, he was used force to push her. But now you cannot tell us that that force actually killed her. If that force killed her, then you should go for murder instead of manslaughter. So they come in with all of these things. That's what I'm saying. In my mind, I think it's a witch hunt, political witch hunt. Jamal, I don't know. What say you?
Yeah, I got different look at it. Like, like you just said something about tip off. There's somebody new name is already in the news regard to this. They tip the police. One Rufus Berry from the US kind of gave some information over to the police. That's been leaked also. So that also initiated or spark up the whole investigation. So one Rufus Berry, I think there are a lot of story coming out that he tipped the police on stuff that went out in the house. So definitely the police might have got some details from him and got involved into the investigation. Paul, speaking about the calling murder, there's something you can call murder. Mr. Dollar just emphasized on what is murder, what is manslaughter, what is how do you call it? Negligent homicide. Police in their profession got many ways how to describe these things. Just like they've also described the same, saying that if somebody is killed, not intended, it could be considered as a manslaughter. What much about they were fighting? They were why trying to fight, trying to protect himself. Both of them, I'm just presuming right here. And he kind of hit the lady, she dropped, she died, but not intention to kill her. That's considered as a manslaughter. So why were you charging for murder? So this is it. So and also, we should also remember here that Mr. Jackson has his right, a days in court. These are charges levied against him by the police. This is a charge note. He has his lawyers to defend him. He's still not found guilty. He's just been charged. So you can't charge him for murder with no. And on top of that, there's the forensic report is inconclusive. The report of all those evidence gathered from his house is not complete. So you can't until the court can come up with some information. But we also understand that the police said they have they put those multiple charges on the ground that they have witnesses, recordings, they got photographs and got many other things from the police. They got police a lot of evidences on him. So they will be presenting that to the court. So until then, the question is, we still wait to see where does he stand. So I don't think we can call a murder. We can only the police can only produce a charging sheet and send Mr. Jackson to court. And his lawyer can go and then they can defend him. One thing Khalifah said, which I want to mention about, is the death of his sister. Who died at the Lebanese compound. There's nothing that's been done about it.
Princess
Cooper. What is very, very, very funny in Liberia, like they don't consider if you're not popular. Yeah, if you're not one of those high-profile person, whatever way Mr. Jassy called himself, like Lifa also, I do stand with Lifa saying that he can call somebody and say, look, you're praying for me, my wife is dying, I need some help, I need prayers. That doesn't mean anything. That does not raise any red flag or alarm. It's like you want prayers. But the problem here is we don't know the details. Nobody knows what's going on. Like you said, the forensic report is inconclusive. We stay, he's been charged, you're going to go to court. So let's wait what happened. But look, Paul, you can't do anything. This case almost looked like to me like the case of O.J. Simpson in America. It just that's how it looks to me right now. Probably we the social media we've already brought the man down guilty. Simple as that. That is, if you look at 80% of people on the social media are saying that it was a domestic violence resulted into death, and without giving the old man the chance, the due process of law. And you should have a days in court. I think you should have a days in court, and let's see what happens. And the fear we have: can we trust the judicial system in Liberia? And is it not that the old man has been witch hunt, politically because he's a loudmouth, and he seems to be another guy who is in the flesh of the present government. Nothing happened to the guy who sliced the throat of a sister, an American pastor or preacher.
Yeah. The
Lucas. That was a proper evidence. A lot of things are happening in Liberia because of their level of popularity, or level of position, or private citizen, their role in the community, and this is why nobody cares about them. And now many other things happen, we don't see it. So, Mr. Jackson, you in the media will say it's a whole high-profile case because it's a well-known, it's a loudmouth, and people want to know what happened to him. So it gets to the attention of the media. Media like news. This is the thing they like to do. Who is Mr. Jackson? A loudmouth guy who's been charged for manslaughter. So what happened next? Everybody want to chase that story. That makes a story. But nobody want to go after a private citizen who was killed, found dead in the slaughter somewhere around Logan Town. Who cares? Except the police care. And if we don't have the resources to investigate these things, eventually the government won't go after them. So it's just a situation we found ourselves, a very unfortunate in Liberia. We don't have the resources to investigate most of these murders that happen, or those unforeseen deaths that happen in the country. Some that could be relating to disease conditions or some other things happening around the country. But Mr. Jackson case is a very, very high-profile case, which will interest most of us, more especially those in the media.
Yeah. So, but Jamal, you're right. The O.J. Simpson thing you're right. It might be similar to this because Linford, I don't know, but this is quite interesting. The police they acted swiftly on this case, but then there is another case too. Somebody got murdered in a house. This woman was convicted for murder. The same people came back and said, no, we found that something went wrong. They freed her. But so, if the police are taking this so serious, will they now reopen the case of Charlotte Mususka? Because that's something that we just looking at how you fast on the other one and then you slow on this other one. So we just concerned. And that would make people like us to be thinking, say, instead of witch hunt, or the woman going to have justice. And this is the question that we're asking.
Yeah, let me.
The police were in the street.
Let me just say something.
Well, I thought you were coming.
Yeah, if I can come in, because this is the criminal investigation issue, I need to make something clear here. Our platform is a neutral something. We are not taking side with anyone. We're not backing anybody wrongly. The way we see things, how we see it here. That is the characters of a Bottomline. The Sharon Michu case is this. She was the Gloria Scar were convicted and sent to prison by the past government. The present government, what the present government did, we pardon her, which the president have that right to do. So basically, that is how that situation is. The woman was found guilty and sent to jail. The present government came in and released her, and pardoned her, and gave her bigger position based on her relationship with the present government. That situation is. Like what we continue to say in Jackson case, same Jackson situation is known to be that there's a foul play by the government, but because the police did not do the situation professionally. First of all, when you got a tip up, there's first thing before they charge this man for whatever crime that he alleged that he committed, there's supposed to be evidence to substantiate the fact. They wanted the main evidence to nail the man, if they want to nail him, should be from the medical report. They have not disclosed that to anybody. So, Linford, you people are the journalists. That's some of the things that you need to investigate.
Yeah, but the corridors told us that the autopsy was inconclusive.
That's what the corridor said.
Yeah.
So basically, that simply disqualified the charge.
Linford, they hear you.
You see, for me, I don't want to go into the legal aspects right now because the case will go to court, right? So, in fact, before the police, as long as the police went to the scene and took Mr. Jackson into custody, the police just had to come up with some kind of charges against him, and that's what they did. Now, will the court honor those charges, given the situation that unfolded that led to the death of the woman? That's another issue. But that's why for me, I don't want to go into the legal nitty-gritties of the case. Okay, so I leave it right there. But my concern is with the action of the police. You see, and the reason why I keep pressing on the actions of the police in this particular case is that there have happened similar cases. 2 boys, living boys, were grabbed around the 77 era or the red light era and killed broad day. They beat them and boys are here right there. Boys are here broad day. That one night in there. And everybody saw the put out there. Police officers are always in that red light era. Nobody can tell me no police were there. And up to today, whether they arrested somebody, I don't know whether they are in court or they in jail. I don't know. Because I didn't see it. I stand to be corrected. Why did the police move so swiftly in this case? Paul just mentioned the missionary that almost slitted the throat of the young girl. Somebody they caught with the knife. They apprehended him and turned him over to the police. We saw this guy getting on the plane at RIA. He did not run away surreptitiously to say, oh, the man escaped. The man went to RIA and got on plane. He checked in and got on plane. And today, that little girl will carry the man on her neck. You all of you in the UK, if any of you get a razor blade and show it to somebody, say, I'll cut you. Don't cut the man, just say, I'll cut you. You know what will happen to you? Yeah? But in Liberia, all these things can happen. Now, when Paul says that Liberia is not a normal country, I tend to agree with him. So, but in a particular case, oh yeah, this is St. Jackson. We can sit down on spoon and be talking. But this is the right time to get him. If we can't get him now, then that's it. The same thing happening to Yeke Kolwa. If Yeke, we have been fighting hard to get Yeke here because Yeke is a lawmaker. You can't just go grab him, but we're looking for something that will happen. And Yeke said this thing, and they're making big issue. They want to impeach him, and when they impeach Yeke, you know what will happen now? They'll find some kind of thing, and carry to post target or to solve this. Prophet Key, bank also with me all around. They see government, they see president, his legal advisor, Buju Ben Keita, when Judy ended through Prophet Key, he said their freedom of speech. They threw the case also from the court. But when they cause Nyame Bese man, because Nyame Bese man owned that go. So when they cause it, then I tend to grab Prophet Key and came to see the things that brought the coup in Liberia is still happening. That brought the war in the coup, is still happening. And we are very difficult to learn. We are kind of people that don't learn. And when we learn, we going to forget. I don't understand. Is it the stolen money that can make our eyes big? Or the position in government? I just don't understand. But there are things, the old people say you plant the mark on the old one. You look at the old examples, cases that have been happening that led to certain things. You still repeat it. So I don't understand. But again, we'll wait until the law takes its course. Or the good thing is that they didn't grab Samuel Jackson and call it true. Because they suspend him or kill him, right? They carry him to court. They carry him to jail. From jail, you go to court.
But
you have
Linford,
right to say
Linford, you're not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. Jema not a lawyer. Padre is not a lawyer. This is a popular opinion that we're giving. This is how
that's
we
what I
see
said.
it.
That's what I said for me. I would wish my time
when they go to court, they have their lawyers that will battle it, but we're looking at it from the other side. And the other side is the popular opinion that we're looking at it for. So you may say, oh, the guy here is manslaughter. I may say it's a witch hunt. And Jamal could say, no, let's look at it. So we're looking from all angles. This thing with Samuel this thing with Samuel Jackson, it's the police said they got a tip off. Amen. Yep, Padole good. Just talk to me on this one. I'm not police officer, but I watch police program. I've seen a lot of things, and they got how they think here about how police can do a crime scene. They will not just catch the person right away. If you get a tip off and the woman fell in a house, you went on the scene, you carry armed people. Samuel Jackson deny you from entering the house. What the police supposed to do in that instant? This is my concern. They waited 72 hours. The man slept in a house nicely 2 days before they went there to do while they started putting things for fingerprint to see where they busting. Evidence is gone, and that's why Jamal said it almost like the O.J. Simpson case. Remember the hand gloves? Because the people tamper with it, they could not nail O.J. Simpson. Because the police in Liberia, does the police need training? Because it seems to me that the police not trained enough, that you get tipped off, you go in there, use the liquor side of it, secure the place, do all your thing, make sure you get all the evidence before. You don't have to announce it to the public. That's what they do. The police keep it quiet at some point. Then they say, now, Mr. Jackson, you are charged for murder because they have built the evidence. But in the rush, they say manslaughter. So they make it look like, what? We want to nail this guy now because he been hitting on the government. This is the opportunity. And that's the opportunity the government get. But don't talk to me. Did the police blunder in this one?
Thank you very much. You know, like what you just said. When the police got the information, first of all, the one that didn't go there with the search warrant. That was the first mistake they made. They should have obtained the search warrant before going there to approach the situation. But they didn't obtain the search warrant. They just marched there, hurriedly to continue the situation.
Yeah, because it was St. Jackson.
So that was the first error that they made. Immediately when they went there, St. Jackson knew he right. He said, I'm not going to allow you people in because you people didn't bring an search warrant. So what the police supposed to do in that case, when they realized that they did the first blunder, they're supposed to see up the areas. You can arrest somebody and keep him for 24 hours without any charge. The soon allows Mr. Sam Jackson in your house in that short time until they obtain this search warrant for all of them to go in there. But they allow him to go in and sleep. So that was the blunder of their part. But
Mr. Dollar, can I ask you a question right there, please?
Yeah.
Just clarify something. I know you are a very professional person in this case. It's called we want to get an opinion on this. You just said something to me. Mr. Jackson knows himself. He knows the law. He's very, very informed. And he said, you don't have any such warrant to go into my house. Can police seal off his area because they don't have such warrant? Can they stop him from going to his house?
You could arrest him.
On what ground?
Upon suspicion. And they could keep him for only 24 hours. In that period, police can arrest you over any charge they have against you. But they can keep you for 24 hours. You should arrest him immediately, not allow him in while they are obtaining the search warrant. They didn't do that.
Okay.
You see, but what I'm saying here in this case here is the Gregor Coma police administration has been doing a lot of problem for our country. He's been causing serious problem for Liberian government. You see, he had done it before and he's doing it now again. He did it in a capital building case and he's doing it now again here. One thing that we have good trained police officers in Liberia, Paul and Mr. Linford and Mr. Kamara. We have very good trained police officers in Liberia because that National Police Academy that they have a good trainers that train people with forensic investigations, on criminal investigation, what type of investigation, down to traffic investigation. But one thing that really giving her problem in Liberia police system today is party policing. This is the one that giving her problem. Police people have tend to become a politician. So they have that calculated mind, that mindset against someone who is not in favor of their party. So that is the bigger problem today we have in the Liberian police.
Okay, but let me ask you really quick, Papa Dolly.
Yeah.
Even though you say there are trained people who are who train the police at the academy, very good trainers. But so even if I were trained professionally and then I'm a partisan police, what about the ordinary citizen, the cases with ordinary citizens that got no party affiliation, or you don't even know which party they belong to, but they got cases? Why I say that the police do not act professionally in their cases? I mean, let's forget about the high profile cases like Samuel Jackson or whatever.
Yeah, I will answer
I just
you.
mentioned two boys that were
when you
killed.
ask me, I will answer you. You want me to answer that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can answer. What's happening?
Yeah, something they call prophetess in society is a bigger problem as well. The police, you see them, so you yourself talking there every day. You are one of the advocates for them. The people are underpaid. They are underpaid. So obviously, these low-profile cases, they have no business to waste their time on it because they're not going to get anything, and government is not giving them incentives to carry on this the investigation. Like what you just said, they found a lady in a Lebanese man compound dead. They didn't go further. You know the reason why they didn't go further? Come on, it's clear. The Lebanese people, they have money. They have money. It happened to me when I was a patrolman in the Liberian National Police way back. You understand? We arrested Bravo Abidjale's son. He was coming from Rawafi. But before we come to our set,
You arrested him for what?
traffic violation. He was driving without license right at the fish market. You know how that case ended? To the captain being right before the late Podia, Jeffrey Batu, etc., etc. You understand what I'm saying? Aaron Colley, all of them was there. They say we trying to disgrace their investor. We were disrobed, escorted, like somebody who was involved in coup d'etat. So that is the country you and I coming from, my friend. So
You're beginning
now,
the lawbreakers.
eh?
I say you're beginning the lawbreakers.
So now the situation is worse. Let's be realistic. Now, those days, at least, the salary they were giving to us, you could sustain a little bit. You understand? But now the situation is worse. So that Lebanese compound case, people will not have nothing to do. They will not be able to do anything.
Right.
Okay.
But I want to
think,
come in here and I want to hear you guys' view on this. And Padodi, you said something about Gloria Musu Scott, that the government, the president pardoned the 4 person that was arrested went to jail nearly a year for Gloria Musu. But so if somebody take someone's life and it been convicted for killing somebody, that another human being, because you friend with this person and you president, so you can pardon murderer and give them position. How does they play up? Because I don't think it was a pardon. I think what they did, they said there were not sufficient evidence for their eviction, so the government freed them. So my thing here is, the police said it now have all the evidence on Samuel Jackson. After Samuel Jackson case, we did not be looking at the Shadow Musu case because she was person that was killed in the house. So we also want to know, since the police are so sophisticated enough, why can't they just open a case? Another thing is, the police told us about the Capitol building burning, that they had geospatial evidence that they could see movement of all of these people when they were planning how to burn the Capitol building. So if the police in Liberia so sophisticated, we did now open the Shalom Musu case. This is because the innocent child were killed in a house. So it didn't happen also will the police also open, how they call it, pressure, or Prince said pressure, the girl who died in the Lebanon man compound, will they also open that case because that's death? So why treat the other ones so important and then leave the others out? It's my concern here. Saying we know now police are sophisticated, they have the tools to carry on. They can even do what we call, they can construct the murder scene and then go after these people and convict them. That is where we are. Is this possible that they do it when they find it out?
Yeah, Mr. Chulobri,
Anyone can answer.
do not misquote me. I said our police are well trained. That different from having all the necessary equipment to perform the duty. I said that the police are well trained. You see, the police does not have incentive to carry on a sensitive investigation. They can, and also the Liberia National Police attempt to partisan police. So for this reason, he compromised their professionalism.
Okay,
So that is the problem we have.
right. So
You
I'll
know what
hold
I'm
you
saying?
there.
So Sarah
I'll hold you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
I'll hold you there.
just say something about Sarah Musi case. I make it
I
clear
will
to
come back to you. I will come, you learn on it. I'll hold you there. Jamal, Padole said the police in Liberia, they are partisan police. So when they investigate something, if they're on a red track, it also causes them problem because they're not independent, they're partisan police. What say you? Then we'll come to the Shalom Mosul.
Yeah, just to, I want to take you down the history on the case of Gloria Mususka. If you remember on one of these on the local radio, the guy called Morrow A. Dennis, I think assisting commissioner, he was on a case. He made a revelation on a local radio before on that case, and I just got some quotation. I think I had it written down that the investigator did not suggest the crime mentioned in the indictment. He said at one time you will have an interview with Morrow A. Dennis on the radio. So, and from that end, if you see the government of the day, the way we saw things, we're all saying the same thing. The way Mr. Dollar says something, we need to pick that on. We need to be sympathetic to the police of Liberia. They are trained, but they don't have the resources. That's the reason they are getting into corruptions. That's the reason they are on the streets collecting those low cash from drivers, keke drivers, or taxi drivers around, and making those unnecessary arrests. They should be doing the best, the more valuable work. We need to be sympathetic to the police. We need to be sorry for them. We need to call for police reform in our country. And they need to put more money into that police, in policing Liberia, in the security apparatus in Liberia to build up security for our citizens. Paul, that is the honest thing. You will notice that, look at the trend. Let me take you down the trend. When Gloria Mususka was investigated, the government of the day, you could see that they were taking her to jail. She went to jail straight up. When she went to jail, convicted, sent to jail. Right. So a year and a half almost, the government, when the Unity Party government came to power, the first thing the government did to pardon her, and not only pardon her, and gave her the job as election commissioner.
No, not election commissioner, good governance.
No. First election commissioner, I'll tell you, probably forgot.
Oh, okay.
That's the time David Brown was suspended. She was put in that job. Immediately she was given that job as the election commissioner. From later on, the ECOWAS called Mr. Barker, President Barker, to reverse his decision. David Brown got her job back. This is time Gloria Mususka did not get the job again. She was not anymore the election commission. So you can see the way things are going. Look at what's going right now. Mr. Samuel P. Jackson, one of the advocates of CDC, who kind of, I understand, literally wrote the purple agenda with the economic something agenda for the real government. He was the brain behind the government economically. I mean, in terms of theoretically, economically, he was the brain behind, not financially, but he was one of the economical brain in our government. Now you could see his voice. So look, things are going, gentlemen. So you could see that the government is saying, this is all, we are not following things as it is. Our police, look, Mr. Dollar said the right thing. The police, if I'm a police officer, he just mentioned a case. A young man was arrested for committing a traffic crime. And they dragged not only to the police, he was not even taken to the Minister of Justice. He was taken to the House of Legislature to go answer question. You hear that? Who's supposed to be talking to him? He should have gone to the Justice Ministry and say, "Oh, go report to his boss." Not even to the Minister of Justice, but he has a boss should be answering. I mean, question what happened. But they took him to the House of Legislature to answer question. So you could see the power there, the power of the day. So Liberia is that situation. We are in charge. We've seen recent cases of rape cases, sodomizing, all this stuff happening. What have you heard of? Because these are provinces and they don't have the power to pursue cases. The two high-profile cases is Gloria Mususka case and that of Mr. Samuel P. Jackson. It's two explosive, different story. But honestly, Justice Gloria Mususka was found guilty and sent to jail by the Weir government. Immediately when the Unity Party came to power, she was released and being awarded with jobs. So it's not the case. Let's agree. Probably if Johnson go to jail, she come to power, we release him, and make him Minister of Finance. You never know. That's a possibility.
But Jamal, this is where some of us now get this thing. So when a high-profile cases that the police take seriously. But what about they bought that the butcher on 72nd Boulevard? Well, the information here.
We just told you.
So why should we be
you cannot
police and not looking at the common people? This is the frustration.
Linford just echo what you've been saying. Liberia is a country it's a strange country. Mr. Dollar just echoed that, re-echoed that why follow a case that you will not make money? A police officer is taking about $200 a day, not even $200, $150.
Less than $200.
Sorry?
Less than $200.
That's his take-home salary, less than $200 a police officer. And he has a family, he had a home to pay, he had a lot of things to do after. Then how do you expect him to feel? You want to chase a private citizen case that he will not get money out of. Why would the money that he's paid at the end of the month will not take him anywhere? If you chase a high-profile case, there's a potential to get $500 out of that. So you tell me, you got that's a logic right there. So that's the situation because the police are not being well funded. They are well trained, but they're not being given the right resources. So this forensic treatment or investigation, they have to bring someone from outside. Liberia is one of the oldest republic with very good police force. The other countries around us should be borrowing skills and training from us. We've got a very good police academy, gentlemen, but we are going out to learn, to go to places like Rwanda to go learn. Police officers are going to Rwanda to go get training. Okay. Other places are just getting better just recently. So you see the difference there. So the issue is they are not putting the money, they're not prioritizing the right area. Security is one of the things which the government came to power. If you look at the arrest genre, security is not one of them.
Right. So let me hold it down for our audience that just joined us. The topic here today is justice or witch hunt for Mr. Samuel Jackson and his family. Did he kill his wife? We don't know. So the case in court, but we trying to understand the charges that were put upon him. So if you joining up for the first time, I want you to kindly share the show. This is the topic that we're discussing. Linford, let me bring you in after Jamal. You heard Padole. The police, we have to sympathize with the police because they don't have the resources, the money not there. But for big cases, this is where they make their money. The police recently came up with another case. They wrote the legislature that Yeke Koluba should be expelled from the house. It's a high-profile case. Will the police pursue that because they need money? Linford, what say you? You muted, bro.
I've always said this thing, even on my own private podcast, I always say this. When we talk about security in the country, it's almost non-existent. Now, forget about it. Few rare boys with AK, with one magazine, they're running around the town. That's not security. When push comes to shove, they empty one magazine on the AK, you see they'll throw away, remove that uniform and start running away. And Liberia has always been like this. At least do time because do they were military people. So do have small idea. That's how he went to Romania, to the late Ceausescu to get all retired World War II stuff that they brought to Liberia, and some of them brought down Can Johnson before they would reach the Paris. So Liberia has always not prioritized security. And right after the war, until now, or let's say right after the coup, from 2010 until now, security, at least the water, all the warring factions had their own men, they were warriors. They were not real state security. But since then, the Judy Brown, the LU, they only got few guys running behind, they call it PSU or I call it SSU or something. Okay. National security, it involves the police, the military, and all these people. Yeah, Guinea people, yeah, cross and they moving with Kino to come cross and come to settle to our border. You think Edo guys, Edo Bogos have seen well-armed people with about 4-5 war tank packing to our border? They will go sit down in Kino and come cross and come? No. And this, when you talk it, people don't believe it, or they don't want to do it, or people think differently. And the reason why our leaders, especially when it comes to the military, they don't want to arm the military correctly or they don't want to equip them well is because they are afraid because of the corruption, the bad thing they do. One day the military will take them up because they see what's happening in all African countries. So the only broker they're not job where they're not student, they saw all these things, they know what can happen in all African countries. One day when you're not governing well, the military take over. So they say, no, listen, man, you gotta give the boss if I will fall war, so that the son is singing, oh, we fall war, nobody want to fall war again. Yeah, you don't want to fall war internally, but also somebody can attack you. You see it? So security is absent in Liberia totally. And like I said, forget a few boys that are loyal to them and running around. When bullet fire 1 or 2 times, you see some of them they run away from their boss man. Their boss man be standing calling them. They can't find it. So security should be prioritized. And people like the police, they should be prioritized because the police is the first face of the government to the citizens. If anything happens, we're not going to the serial barrel to go call serial man, the police may call him first. So the policeman coming, he even get knife. And the criminal is well armed. What do you expect the policeman to do? And there was a video that was circulating some part of last year, I think late last year, where you see this girl and the police car were fighting. That she even knocked a police car down. You saw that video?
So we have seen all kind of things, even the drunken police. But let's stick to the topic.
Yeah, but the topic, going back to the topic, the reason why the police is the way they are, particularly or recently, they are underfunded. And you and I have got a video, I know when somebody reasonable say got it on the pole here, where the police are laying down on top of the taxi driver, who and taxi carrier simply because you want to get money from that taxi, the taxi say no.
Okay, I'll hold you there, Linford. I'll hold you there. Something you said, and I want to bring Padoli in because the police are underfunded, and also they are partisan police. What Padoli said, but then you said something about if they arm the security forces, the army may end up overthrowing the government. So Padoli, yes. I want to talk to me
That's
on this.
People are afraid of.
If you been elected as president and you're doing a good thing for the people and the people satisfied with you, you put a lot of resources in the police or the military or the immigration, why would they want to remove you from power if you're doing a good thing? You remember in the old days, the military used to be called no-call. They were just most of them were, how they call it, what we call mosquito police. Back then, they would just be mind the big people home until the American, according to Fitzgerald Turbo, when they overthrew Turbo and then give it to the Nukos to run the country. Do you think it's now that the leaders that we elect should do the good thing so they can put more funding into the military and all the security forces in Liberia for them to do better instead of them paying themselves heavy salary and then they leave the police out? Because if they're paying themselves heavy salary, if I'm in the military, I would be getting really angry. Talk to me, Padori, how you see it, and I want you to also end it with a Shadow Musu thing that you want to talk about.
All right. You see, gentlemen, we have something in terms of security. We have something we call external security. I mean, security and internal security. External security, like what Linford just said, that we should be able to protect our border with the relevant forces that are responsible for that, which is the military. Internal security is the national security police go along with the police and the CIDs and the other security apparatus. But the best security in any country is self-fashion. If the government want to feel relaxed, not worry about any dodges thing to take place, whether coup d'etat or criminal hijacking people and here and there and rest of it. The citizens within the countries must be satisfied the situation they are in. Like you and I in the West, why is it that we don't have half fence surrounding our houses? Because the central government provides incentive for everybody to have something on the table, to not to focus on the rich people on the street. So that is the one we are lacking of in our country, in the African country. That's the reason why you see the African politicians, they surrounded themselves with all kinds of jim jam to protect them individually, because they are not making their citizens to be self-sufficient in terms of jobs, provide opportunities and food on the table and here and there and rest of it. The people are struggling. What they're going to even eat tomorrow, they have to get up in the morning to start look for it. That is another insecurity system in our country. Self-fashion is not there. So long people are not happy. Call to the place. You got your properties. You are a rich guy in the community. All your neighbor, they sleep with hunger. You think they will like you. Just that they're waiting for opportunity to capitalize on, to go and loot your house and ransack your place. So these are some of the internal security problems we have. The soldier, qualifying the soldiers, you gave them all kinds of weapons. So long they getting what they need, they will never overthrow. It happening in the West. What kind of equipment that the Western the army don't have? But what? Not a single day you ever heard that the Western army have overthrown the sitting administration. So that case there is just a blank. It's something that I don't buy to it. Let's get to Sarah Michu case. Sarah Michu case, as I said, involved in politics, and secondly, the past administration that were handling Sarah Michu case, they did a lot of partisan police investigation mentor. They did a lot of blunders in terms of investigating that situation. Even though there was a real evidence that anybody can capitalize on and prosecution. The person that died, he died right in the compound there. There's no breaking. No one can tell you the intruder came and they broke the door or they broke the window, they enter and they were trying to rob the people and here and there. There was no evidence to that effect. But
so Padoleo, we're going to close on this. We're going to close on there and move on to another topic. I just want, because it's partisan police and all that. So when another government comes to power, do you think they can reopen as an ex-police officer to open a Shalom Musu case? Is it possible? Or when the president pardon you, no one able to open that case again? I just want to know.
I'm not a lawyer to answer that question when the president.
But you're ex-policeman, so I don't know if you guys have some understanding in that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just
asking. Listen to what I'm saying here. The president have executive powers to pardon anybody, even people involved in coup d'etat. The president have a right to pardon them.
Yeah, I'm saying that. So, like, if another president comes to, if another president comes, is it possible? I just want to know.
That's what I'm saying. That's that particular cross of that question is lies in the hand of the lawyer. The lawyer will be able to tell you, whether the president Vinny gave the pardon to someone, another president will come and revoke that pardon. You understand what I'm saying? What I do know, the president have right to pardon anyone, no matter what kind of crime he committed. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
for another president to come after him to revoke that pardon, I have no idea on it. Only the lawyer will answer that question.
Thank you. So
your party chairman is a lawyer. You can ask him; he will tell you.
all right. To conclude on this, Jamal, Padoli, and Linford, what you all think that this case, how it may end? I just want to know. We're all speculating. Do you think this? I will start with Jamal. Do you think Sam Jackson would be nil? I mean, just your opinion. How you think it's going to end when the trial starts? What do you think?
Linford, I'm sorry, guys. We've said it on this platform. Sometimes we need to go back and revisit our statements on these shows. We all predict these things and happen rightly. We need to recap some of these things. Sam Jackson will go to jail.
Right.
He'll go to jail, and we've seen it already. And you see from the IG said that he was making some revelation we shouldn't have done. He was making a press conference that before the guy in there, a lot of evidence was cropped. So you're making a revelation. You could see that on the video, on the YouTube or Facebook stuff. So there's an intention that the old man will be sent to jail. He will go to jail. And we've seen in Liberia. What does that tell you? Do we trust is the judicial system compromised? Yes, it is, because the power of the day controls things. And I want to take you back to where we are, Paul. Dr. What's his name again? Christopher Dubayan, who was sacked by the president, and he has turning position as the head of One Health. What's it?
Enfield.
Yeah, the Liberia Disease Control something. And the Supreme Court went back and said, look, Mr. President was wrong. Give man the back, reverse your decision, give the doctor his job. He's not gotten his job back. If you see this clear indication that case like this, where Jackson's been in the flesh of the present government, a loud mouth, will definitely go to jail. I don't care what the lawyer put him for. And on top of that, the lawyers that he's representing is always an international sanctioned lawyer. And he's not even be credited. So that's another one. So on top of that, he doesn't even have a credible lawyer just representing him. Even if you bring the top lawyer around the world today, in the case of Liberia, the Liberia Penal Code is different anywhere. So they will send him to jail. That's my statement. He will go to jail. Probably if the next government 2029 may pardon him, or he may at some point come over health related issues, they may ask him for pardon, go and serve the rest of the term at home. But the old man will definitely go to jail. I can see that sign. Is that going to happen?
Right. Linford, you need to raise up small. You disappear slowly. What do you think? What your verdict? I mean, popular opinion. We're just speculating. What would be
Let me welcome some new people that are joining us. Journalist Emmanuel Thomas Jr. and also Winifred Naza. We want to say welcome, and Investor Johnson, welcome. A lot of people, investor, here. So we hope that you can stay with us. This is the Bottomline Liberia discussions. We discuss the issues as we see it from different perspectives. And so tonight we are bringing you our view on the Samuel Jackson case. Each one of us here is looking at it from different spectrum. So we are just giving our opinions. We are in a court of public opinion right now, so to speak. So you're asking if Samuel Jackson will go to jail. He's already in jail. He'll not be free. He'll only go in the court for formality. That okay, when they arrested him, at least they gave him fair trial, they came to the court. Look, listen, man, who controls the court? Even if Samuel Jackson was to lose the case in the criminal court, in the criminal court now, and say I'm taking appeal to the Supreme Court, who says there? Yamin Bese. Who appointed Yamin Bese? President Chosan Yuma Baka. Yesterday, we got to brace up. Liberians, we got to brace ourselves for things to come. You know, that And that's why when I look at Christians sometimes, they want to, they living right now, they don't want to make it test, but they think about the end time. So they can die and go. So we Liberians now, we should be the Christian who looking for the end time. This is the end time for us. Okay. Now, one of a friend, a long-time friend from junior high school, made a post yesterday, and it's a strong supporter of the Unity Party. The post the guy made was, I think, day before yesterday. He said, in 2029, prepare for three things, to meet three things: NEC, the security, and something else. Okay, that means in election, NEC, the security, and something else.
The Supreme Court.
Yeah, and the court. Fine. Those are the three things that you should be, if you are opposition, you be prepared to meet. So it meaning that you cannot win in the polls. So if you if you think you can win in a pool, you meet the security forces there. They will destabilize you. Okay, and NEC will be in the background doing the work. So it's a lot of things that will happen. So even if Samuel Jackson loses the case in the lower court and he said I'm going to the Supreme Court, there's still no chance for him. So to answer your question, and that will take much of the time, he will go to jail. The same way the CDC government said Musu got to jail, Samuel Jackson is going to jail. This is the only way they can get Samuel Jackson from the back for the next 3 years going to elections. Because if you free him, he comes, you know what he will do? He will sue the government also. So they will look at all these things and say no, to avoid all the things, let it maybe in jail. Where in jail, your liberty is seized, you can't do nothing.
So Padole, you got two verdicts here already. He will go to jail. Prediction, we're only predicting what's going to happen. What say you? Will he go to jail, or he's going to be like Cummings to bring some forensic expert police from other part of the world to say, no, the case, a Booker case, yeah, free him. Will he go to jail? What say you?
Yeah, from onset, the starting of this particular case was done wrongly. So, and they will continue to do it wrongly until the old man go and sit down to Central Prison and will meet them for some time. So that is for sure that I believe in. The one that you just said, or he will bring some international forensic investigator or lawyers to probe into the case, like what Mr. Kumi did. Mr. Kumi case was different from this. Mr. Kumi case, if you see Mr. Kumi did not go to jail because the lawyer that came in Mr. Kumi case was a heavyweight. The Liberian government didn't want to stand to challenge that lawyer's opinions. Simple and clear. The lawyer husband was an international advisor for the Liberian government, Tony Blair. So that case is quite different from what the brother is trying to, what the brother is in right now. So for this reason, I believe that like what Brajime just said and Nifo, the old man will go rest, and they had the opportunity, to keep the old man somewhere where he will not be making that lot of noise. It sends Prophet Key go to Central Prison. You ever heard him say anything? No. They keep people silent for the rest of the 3 years. They will keep the old man silent for the rest of the 3 years until for a notice. That's what I know.
And that's the prediction.
Even deporting on parole for health reasons, there will be certain agreement will be written between them to say, look, we're putting you out for because of your health issue and blah blah blah. But when we hear you making not done, that means that you're not sick. You will go by inside.
Right.
I say so, what I say.
As we move on, let me give my own verdict on this. I think Samuel Jackson will be sent to jail, and they will silence him, which I call is a witch hunt on him, because from a common point of view or common sense, I look at it, the police don't have the police blunder. So he'll go to jail because he's a critical voice to the government, because the government and the police, they in it together. But if our police officer in Liberia, something that I could do to get more money is to investigate Joseph Boyka, because the police have the right to do it in normal country, because I know Liberia now normal country, so they can do it. You know, those houses that were built in 4 years that the president said he knew nothing of. This is where intelligent and good policing will come in to investigate how did that property get into 4 years by the government not knowing about it. You know, in the UK here, the Queen's son, Prince Andrew, was with Jeffrey Epstein, and what happened with some video came up. You know what they did? The police arrested him. They investigated him. And then the next thing, his brother have to take the title from him, no more called Prince. So, you know, the police have so much power in the world, more than the president, because they enforce the law. If our police officer in Liberia to get big money, I will now call Joseph Boyka to investigation. How come that property was built in 4 years without the Manor Union knowing of it? And then he claims that somebody did it and he didn't know who put it there. That, I think, is question for investigation. So on another day, Samuel Jackson will go to jail, but we don't have normal police. Let's move on. Before we move on to the next, Linford, you take us into the international war, but we'll have a quick break and then we'll get into the international war. So what can I say? Samuel Jackson will go to, let's take a quick musical break. Oh, no, it's not a musical break. Watch out for the Lord Cholope on Sunday.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Cholo Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottomline Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Okay, this is the Bottomline Liberia discussions, and I guess you got a gist of what happened here. If this is the first time, we want to say make this place your home. My name is Linford Goe, Paul Churuple, and Maurice Yakuba Dore and Chima Kamara. Together, we are the team. One person is not with us tonight, Francis Mensah. He will be here on Tuesday, probably. But we're going to transit from Liberia to the greater world. You know, whatever happens in the world happens to Liberia indirectly, because Liberia is a part of the Committee of Nations. When the people in Europe enjoy, Liberians will enjoy. When they're catching hard time, Liberians will catch hard time. So we'll cross over to Iran. As we know, 2 months ago, Iran went into war, or America and Israel went into war with Iran. And sometimes a lot of people that I talk to, so people say, "Oh, but why America join the war here? Why?" You know, people are asking, because even the American intelligence, or the defense intelligence, said there was no direct threat from Iran to America. Okay, at least not one that they knew of. But all of a sudden, America and Israel went to war with Iran, killed the Ayatollah and several other government officials, and the bombing as we speak, it continues from both sides. But what is the motive? So nobody knows until now. But I will just play a video. And this video is by an agent from the CIA, a man that served in the CIA for a very, very long time. And this man is telling you the reason why America goes to war sometimes. And you listen to him. I'm not going to tell you what he said. You listen to him. And this man has vast experience when it comes to CIA operation. I don't know whether he's still alive, but I just got his video and I want to share it with you. So I want you to listen to what this man has to say, and then we can take it from there. And we'll also play a video by President Trump, where according to him, he asked President Emmanuel Macron of France to come and help him. And what they discuss, he will also tell you, and we can continue the discussions.
In the CIA, we didn't give a hoot about democracy. I mean, it was fine if a government was elected and would cooperate with us, but if it didn't, then democracy didn't mean a thing to us. And I don't think it means a thing today. The true goal of the United States government is control. And they feel that if the United States did not control the governments of Latin America, then somebody else would. And the principle of government by the people, for the people, of the people, that is that's just silly. In the CIA, we didn't give a hoot about democracy. I mean, it was fine if a government was elected and would cooperate with us, but if it didn't, then democracy didn't mean a thing to us. And I don't think it means a thing today. The true goal of the United States government is control. And they feel that if the United States did not control the governments of Latin America, then somebody else would. And the principle of government by the people, for the people, of the people, that is that's just silly. In the CIA, we didn't give a hoot about.
I had to play that video 2 times so that we can actually absorb what he was trying to say. Now, this is an old CIA agent who is telling you the reason why America goes to war sometimes. Because people have been wondering, how can America move from the east and feel threatened from the west and feel threatened way in the Middle East? Yeah? Even if that witchcraft said, would I be able to wish you there easily? But you heard it, guys, and the war has been fighting for almost 2 months now. Let's just put it to 2 months because today is the 3rd. And that war started on it's 2 months. It started on the 28th of February. See, so guys, we know why wars fight, especially with America involved. You heard it from the horse's mouth. People who design the war, who keep the intelligence, who deliver the intelligence to the authorities. And so I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a surprise that some of these things happen. Everybody's silent.
But Linford, it's not surprising. The CIA, the former CIA said, if they don't care about democracy, but they come to you and preach democracy to you, you have to buy it. When you buy it, and then if you go contrary with what they want from you, they overthrow you. Simple as that. Because it's not in your interest, it's in their interest what they want. If you can't give them what they want, they get rid of you. And that has been the trend of the CIA for many years. If you can go back into history, let's look at the Congo. It was Zaire. You heard about this guy, Mobutu Sese Seko, and he and his best friends, Patrice Lumumba. Not long ago, in Burkina Faso, and this young man Thomas Sankara, we know what happened. Now, in your own country, Liberia, when Tobo spoke against the Israel and the Palestinian crisis, what happened? It was not in their interest. You know what happened to Tobo? So it have to be in their interest. If you're not in it, sorry, they go after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Padari,
Yeah.
you want to come in?
Yeah. For me, God, I don't see any reason why we should waste our time with that statement because the situation is an open secret. Right now, personally, what is happening? He tell everybody what America stands for. There's a similar statement that the American present American government is making in the particular crisis that going on now in the Middle East. If it's any poor man country, but now they finish claim on you and mash you up. So could you imagine? Could you imagine the president say, if you don't do what I am asking you to do, I'm going to go after your electricity area and the water area, knowing fully well that that is a complete violation of a human right. And I will go after your infrastructure area. This is the war in 14. Then you go and bomb the bridge. Say, I will make sure and cripple you so you can agree to what I am asking you to do. And the whole world is listening to it and seeing it, they are not making no action. So obviously, why are we talking about this? For God's sake.
Okay, we got 2 more videos to play, so let's hear from Chiba. The 2 videos, I will play them back to back because there's something.
Yeah, play them, then I will make my comment on it.
Okay. This is the first one. Let's see, and it's Trump mocking French President Macron and what he discussed.
I call up France, Macron, whose wife treats him extremely badly, and he's still recovering from the right to the jaw. And I say, Emmanuel, we'd love to have some help in the Gulf, even though we're setting records and knocking out bad people and knocking out ballistic missiles. Would love to have some help. If you could you please send ships immediately? No. Cannot do that, Donald. We can do that after the war is won. I said, no, I don't need after the war is won, Emmanuel. Many of them said, we'll be there after the war is completed. Then I call up.
Okay. That was the first one where he called Macron and Macron said, no, we're not sending ship. We'll do that after the war is finished. And he said, no, we don't need the ships after we have won the war. Okay, the next one I'll play, and this one is about Great Britain. This one is not a video, actually. It's a newspaper headline that I'll put up, where Great Britain and France are now saying that they're going to the Strait of Hormuz to go join 30 other countries so that they can open it for African economies. You know, because African economies are suffering at Iran. So, and there's a reason why I want to do this. Okay, so I think it's very light on the screen, but let me read what it says here. The headline. It says I get it. Okay, like this. Let me do this one. Sorry, forgive me. It's very important for me. That's why I'm doing it. It says relief. I want to read the headline. Relief for African economies as UK, France lead 30-nation coalition to secure transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Then the story goes on to talk about how they're going to open the strait so that African countries can have oil coming through. And the reason why, for me, I think they're doing this, I will talk about it, but I want to hear your thoughts. And the reason why I play the Trump thing first is that if Trump is actually winning this war, why is he calling on other people? Number one. And number two, the same Trump made a couple of statements to NATO people that they don't need them, but he's still calling on them. And then he also told it very France and UK, you'll go and get your own oil. We're not going to go fight for oil for you. You'll go and get your own oil. It is still UK and France who say that they're going for Africans. So I want you guys to look at all the tango thing and make your statement. Maybe we can start with Iman.
All right, thank you very much. You see, for me, I just want to refrain from speaking about Trump because I don't see him trusted person to speak because he's very unpredictable. He doesn't know what he's saying. You see on things that are not you don't expect the president to say. So for me, it'd be a waste of time. I just want to speak about to the issue of CIA involvement in Africa. CIA involvement in Africa, more especially Liberia, it's not something new. And what has happened lately to get our Africans to stand face to face against America is the involvement of China and Russia and other Eastern European countries to support Africa. Like China will go to Africa without involving political affairs. They're not giving you guidelines, they're not giving you restrictions, they're not giving you terms and conditions, and you carry on development. That's why many countries, Chinese are working in many countries, unlike the CIA. America is speaking democracy out of just, I don't know, it's just cosmetic because you hear what the CIA, former CIA director said. They don't care what you elect, what election by people or for the people. They don't care. Well, they don't, there's no got a hoot about that. What they care about, they just follow orders. If the American want you to do something for them, if you be their interest in that area, no matter how you are, how dictatorial you are, they will still maintain you because you're protecting their interest. We've seen that in Eastern Africa. Yuri Museveni has been there for ages, for years. He's been the darling of the West for years. He's been protected. When this guy called, the People Resisting Army, what's the guy name? I forgot, something called Joseph Kony. Joseph Kony was a thorn in the flesh of
the Lord's Resistance Army.
Yeah, Lord's Resistance Joseph Kony. Well, nobody know where he is now. But then he was really giving this guy a problem now because he was against American interests. The American at the time honor Obama. The Americans put boot on the ground in Africa to just hunt this guy down, literally find him because he was against their interest. I don't know what they're looking for in that part of the world. So if you look at the longest serving president in Africa right now, one of them is Yuri Museveni, and he's telling me about democracy. So you see the conspiracy, you see the hypocrisy there. So all what we are saying, it's not new to us. If the former CIA agent will tell us what they do in Africa and around the world, they live to the interests of America. So all these democracy thing is just all cosmetic. That's what I would say. What we need to understand, how do we do development to make, we need to organize ourselves as African, and how can we work together to bring development to our own country and start looking up to the West for support. It's embarrassing, gentlemen. It is embarrassing that we got the resources, instead of developing ourselves, we can do it, but we in turn go to them to help us to develop our own resources, and later on they turn around and put on made in the USA, made in this republic, and send it back to us and sell it to us with a higher price. So this is not new. It's been before you and myself were born. This has been the case all around. There's an African advocate, Scott, he's from Uganda. He always saying in the video, he got one of the viral video on the social media. He says, Africa does not need democracy. They need dictatorial leadership. That's what he said. He said Africa does not need democracy. Yeah, that's his name. He said, why? You still asking why? It's because people in Africa, you need somebody who's just got in mind, not like other people, just got a way, you want to do the good thing, just go ahead and do it. Don't listen to anybody. Don't go after people's life. Just go and do the right thing. Whether they like it or not, later on they'll comment, thank you for what you've done. But if you want to seek people's opinion, can we do that tomorrow? No, you got people say, no, don't do that for some other reason. Nobody want to do it. And this is why if you see what the brother is doing in Burkina Faso, he doesn't listen to people. He knows what's right for his people. In less than 2 years, he knows the progress he has made. And the progress he has made, the guy has no skill of leadership. So this guy's not elected. I mean, so just not to move fast forward. Africa, we need to rethink. We need to know. We need to have visionaries. We need, even if those presidents that are of age, they need to give room to other people that have good skills, good thinker, and now people will be thinking them. We see what is happening in Liberia now is a disgrace. As one of the other republics in Africa, we have not gone anywhere. We are not setting any example. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. With these cases going on, people we trusted and people we voted for that after 46 years, you make some changes. It's from, it's getting bad. It's horrendous, man. So it's very bad. So I'm not want to talk. As I said, I don't want to talk about President Trump. I just want to talk about the bad things that are going in Africa, more especially specific to Liberia. And if Mr. Barker is listening right now, and we need to think about things that are going. Look, go back to what happened a couple of months, by a year ago. We're talking about. I just want to bring this in before this will be my last statement. We talk about the hygiene situation around Monrovia. Right, there were a lot of companies vying for those jobs to clean that city. Up to now, nothing has happened, and the country is going. It's a city of faith right now. Monrovia, certain places are just bad. The government does not have the funds to bring in the right equipment to do the thing, and the companies that have the fund to do it, they are not giving it the chance to do it because of somebody want deep pocket. Someone want to be want money in their pocket, and the old man sit there. Once his house is clear, he doesn't care. But this is very bad. On other issues, healthcare as well, education as well, Universal Liberia, up to present, they want to hire university, other universities around the country. It's very bad. The job work around our country now talking about we want open road from St. Paul Bridge to Bowater side, 1 4 lane. That's a bigger concern. But now the healthcare, education, other thing, of course, that could be another thing. But a lot of things we need to do. So it's a shame that now we in 2026 we're talking about Liberia State funding. Well, we trying. What were you trying? I mean, it's a shame we can't be talking about. So when I'm talking about the national community, I want to bring Liberia as a typical example. It's a shame that people, the president, the leadership should think and start go look at the reality and start running behind people like Yaka Kolba because he said that he's saying that like, what the place in the border belongs to Guinea. So why should it be an issue? If he's sacked tomorrow, what's going to happen? You have not removing the Guinean from there. So, gentlemen, just one point on these things. We need to think well. The key issue is Liberia. The president should think very well and be resourceful and make sure that country will forward. We're too old to be thinking about we're trying. Thank you, guys.
Wow. Linfa, I like the way Jamal lay it. We're too old, and we are very old to be getting lesson from the country that we fought for to get independent. Just think on it. And I believe in what that guy said, that Africa does not require democracy. I agree with that. And this is if all this country, the young people in Africa could rise up, this is my opinion, that what Traore is doing Burkina Faso, if we have 10 of those people in Africa today, the West will be afraid of us. And that is the fact. If we have 10 of Traore, all the countries will want to be like them, because young man, if Traore ran for election in Burkina Faso, with his idea, you're never going to win. Because you will get money and it gets a lot more people, the influence for people to vote for the wrong people. But whereby somebody who there that said, no, I put country first. I don't have to buy costume like what Traore is doing. He wear his military clothes. He's still getting $75 as his salary, not the president's salary. The only comfort he have for protection. But who benefit? The people are benefiting from his leadership. Look at beside him, Niger. They also the people are benefiting from their leaders. They're on the other side, Mali. So if we have those people around, then we're talking. How can a country like Liberia that have over 178 years on its belt, people are still crying? And one of the persons that did development in Liberia, if you deep down, it was Tubman. Tubman came with this thing about from mat to mattress, which he didn't, but Tubman was the one that carried up all the major development, and that the one we're still living on today. So think on it. Why have we not moved forward? And then you have group of crooks come to power. They come with sweet mouth, and they're doing the opposite of what the people voted for them. And then in the Liberia case, which I'm going to close on this note. The people are very wild. They say, okay, say we have an old man among us and he been working for long, he will not steal. Let's put the old man there. Hallelujah. The old man, Captain George, we have to go build $10 million house in 4 years. Hey, man. The old man who said he ride wheelbarrow, he start around $1.2 million bulletproof car. Hey, man. The schools are suffering. Think on this. What kind of country is this? As old as he is, he wearing Gucci and all that, custom marriage made clothes. Where are we heading? So I agree with our guy from East Africa that, look, Africa require people who will take over and do the right thing. Democracy is not good for Africa. I will close on that note.
Padoli already talking.
Concerning about the international something, I said that there's no point for us to waste our time on that topic, because for matter of fact that those that pursuing the people or putting their democracies on our countries are not doing the right things. The country, the bigger country today is in the world that no one can, he doing all the wrong things that anyone could do to go to jail for it the next day, and nothing happening to him, and nobody even had the audacity to even say, oh, Mr. President, what you're doing so is not correct. Stop. In his country and outside of the country, nobody is saying it. So obviously, I don't see any reason. So I don't see any reason so we can talk about this thing here. If it's a different topic, let we just go on, we'll talk it. If it's not,
okay, I will close it this way, and I will include the good work gesture from our good old friends, UK and France. When I mean our good friends, we're talking about African good friends. Now, but Paul said something about Traoré in Burkina Faso, the ideology that he has. If we could have 10 African leaders to have such, Africa will be a different place as we speak. And I will tell you the reason, one of the reasons why we cannot, especially in Liberia, we cannot have even a senator to be like that, to be that brave. You know, Liberia, we grew up with this mentality of needing help from a savior from somewhere, and it all it boils down again to this religion. So now I love to remember nothing, but people will not understand where I come from. It all boils down to this religion, where religion will teach you to always believe in a greater power that is greater than that you believe is greater than you. When you have all of the means, God give your iron, everything in our country, diamond, gold, that pins way there. I think some years back during Ellington, people digging gold in the town. I mean, diamond in the town, they had to stop them because the horses are beyond diamond. See, we got all those things, but still, we'll sit down and look for greater help from outside. When the help from outside will come and take our own resources, go and develop it, and then bring it back to us in different form. This dependency syndrome, okay? And so the Western world, they know that Africa as a whole, we are dependent. We are just a consumer. We never contribute to anything, even as we have everything. Imagine that the white people have all these things that we have. You know what would be? We will not even be alive, because it will be impossible for us to get. Imagine we got all these things, but still we're suffering. It's all because we depend on somebody. You get a goal, you say, oh no, I'll not touch a goal. Some kind of country will come, the Turkish people will come and take my own goal, they call it MNG goal, they will come and take it for us. Can you imagine? So and it's the same people who carry kind of mind that we send to government. Trust me, boy guys are taken in the church, and this man, he believes that there's a God somewhere who coming to save him. So why he sort of do anything? He has the opportunity to do it. You're not doing. You think that there's a savior greater than him, even as president of the country. Okay, so they go to government with that kind of mentality, and they always look up to a bigger force that can save them. But having said that, I think I agree with all of you. We need to get above where we are now. And talking to Great Britain and France, President Trump to you go fight for your own oil. You want fight for it. Then you'll say you're going to lead 30 other countries to go fight for African economies. What interests you? How many African countries got ship in Hormuz now that want to cross? How many African countries get tankers there? How many African countries that got big industry like Europe that are waiting or that are dependent on oil? How many African horses can have cooking gas in a horse? We use wood. Okay, you say we need gas. If we get gas, we'll pack car. My country, Liberia, has 4.something million and 5.something million people. Less than 150,000 people get car. Less than out of that, less than 150,000 people get car. So we don't depend on car much. We walk. So you go get your oil, you forget about us. And there's a reason why they using African name. They say they went for African economies. After the strait is open some kind of way and they're getting oil now, you know what they'll say? They'll come to African countries. Don't want that depending like my country, depending on big countries to help them. They can say, we the one who in the Hormuz fighting for you to open the play and you got oil. So we want to sign contract. And France is doing that because they're losing grip on Africa. So they got to do something to convince African. And some of our African leaders will fall for it. They'll say, yeah, France was there for us. That kind of make, you know, nobody, you think, what? Why you go risk your soldiers' life for my country so my country can improve? When you need it all more than us, why are you using our name? But because they know when they say that kind of thing, they use it as a bait to draw the African people closer to them so that they will come and start to extract our mineral. But I mean, that's just my Norwegian man say me. That's just my what is the English word? That's just my opinion. That's just what I feel. Because there is no reason why Great Britain and France, they need more oil, more than us, but they'll lead instead of fighting for that economy, they'll go fight for my economy. They'll go fight for my African economy. How does that even if you Christian code, you good Christian, you leave your own horse, burning, then you go put on my own horse. So guys, we'll close like this. And democracy, like we said, is not for African countries. And there is nothing like democracy in the first place. Because the people that teach you democracy, they are telling you that they don't care about it. Okay? That whether you elect your president, as long as that president is not in their favor, they can remove him, they can do anything to him. So what is it? Where is democracy? There's nothing like democracy. Okay.
Linfa, you said something I want to charm on it quickly. And
yeah, go ahead.
The way our African leader worship the Western leader. Look at Liberia's situation. It was reported in Front Page Africa that Joseph Boakai had to call Macron to speak to the Guinean president to withdraw it. How on earth? You have ECOWAS, you have Mala River Union, you have the AU right there. You jump straight to Macron. Hey, man.
Yeah,
hey,
this
man. And then you expect them to respect you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. The colonial and relations are there, that you always have something bigger than you. So that thing you're looking for, even if you can solve a problem, so no, I will not do it. I'll go for the big one to come solve it for me. You see? So, but we'll close on this, and we hope to see what's going to happen in the Samuel Jackson case, and what's going to happen, and you know, in Hormuz, at least France. Or the good news is CMA-CGM, that's a shipping company. One of their tankers just passed, and it belongs to France. So France will be getting oil, and when they get that oil, they will carry to Africa, because they say they're fighting for Africa.
They ship that Liberian flag on. Why are they not passing? Because Liberia not in any trouble with any other nation, or because we get America behind us?
No, those ships were American. I mean, with Liberian flag on. I think some of them they passed because the CGM. I mean, the CMA-CGM ship that just passed today, that is a shipping company from France. I don't know what flag they carry. It could be that Liberian flag.
The Iranians don't know the difference between Liberian flag and American flag.
Oh, okay.
No, they can see that one flag. That one star.
When the flag is wrapped, how do you see the stars? You don't know the stars. So what's the difference? Can you differentiate the Malaysian flag from Liberian flag? It's difficult. They're almost the same.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm so telling, I was watching just before I came on the show. I was watching Al Jazeera. I saw it. They didn't have simulation.
Who is this?
So Alfonso Tele is saying it's not true. France denied that they are safe cross. Okay, fine, great, whatever.
No, it is true. It is true because when Ronnie Sear appeared on OKFN to defend it, that they have the clip, the French ambassador on her first statement. That's what she said, and that's where they capture it from. But later she came out to play diplomacy in it. No, they can't be straight with their language. So she said it, that President Boyka called Macron to beg to end the situation in Guinea. And Macron said, look, go, I'm not interested in that. So,
but I think
capture it.
Well, I don't know what Alfonso Tele is saying here. When they said that's not true, France denied it. And we talk so many things about France. So which one is not true?
No, you talking about
there's something we cannot judge something. There's something.
There's a breaking news I got here.
Okay, break the news.
Yeah, number one, according to the SKTV, Sky TV. I'm sorry, that's a credible TV station.
From where?
From UK.
Okay.
SKTV. It's a Sky, isn't it? Sky TV.
Sky TV, yeah.
Sky News, Sky.
Yeah, Sky News said that 2 of these American aircraft have been hit right now, and the 2 helicopters that was in the rescue mission have been hit. The crew is whereabouts is unknown at this crucial time. And Donald Trump said the hitting of the American plane, the fighter jet, will not affect the negotiation that they are undertaking with the Iranian. That is the breaking news I just got.
Okay, but hitting a plane and thing is not any big news. This is not happening.
It's not going to affect the negotiation they are having with Iran.
But Iran said they're not even in negotiations. So this is what we at. That Donald Trump
this Iran is not even supposed to be having resupply as we speak.
And then on Wednesday, Iran did bow to Israel by launching they call it the biggest attack on Israel on Wednesday. But they put not sort of have resupply. So this way it's getting
so that one we not that good news. That breaking news, but it doesn't, as far as Trump knows, Iran is dismantled, everything is finished, So also Tele is saying that Vaga did not call Macron. Well, it doesn't even matter whether he called Go, he called Gu, that business. Why he can't go? Why he can't go call ECOWAS?
So that's where Linford, that's where Front Page reported, and we're quoting the source from Front Page. So if that's law, then the government of Liberia have the right to take Front Page to quote to give their reason why
the information minister needs to come out. No, let me tell you, Alfonso, in the country where the government is mute on all major issues, people will carry insinuations. People will insinuate anyhow. Let me tell you, you can't tell people what to say, especially this age that we're living in. One person can grab a cell phone and write something, it's gone. For you to hold it back, you got to tie a long rope on it and start holding it. As you're holding it, it can come. So that's why the government is supposed to be proactive. But on that note, guys, we want to say thank you very much. Alfonso Tede be here next or Tuesday. We'll be here.
I'm here on Sunday, Alfonso. Join me on Sunday.
Paul is going to be here on
Sunday. We'll have you on the program to hear your view. Join me on Sunday so we can have the hard question.
Alfonso, I should call him. No, that you say control. You say control. Say I'm calling 100 and he answer.
Paul will be here on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know whether Paul.
Guys, quickly before I forgot, I know Linford want to bring down the curtain on this. The question we keep avoiding here is, Honorable Yake Kolba raised this about having Liberians that are not in the government involved in the talking to, get involved in the negotiation or discussion with Dumbuya. Honorable Alexander B. Cummings, Councilor Theo Gongolo, what's his guy name? Harry Moniba. So what's his name again first? Clarence Moniba.
Dr. Mova.
Dr. Clarence Monibot, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, George Manuel Weah, many other people that are not even high power that they got some connections. What is going on with this? Are they involved in the discussion? Because one thing that Mr. Yeka said, which people seem to be is a noisemaker, there was a key thing he made. Liberia does not belong to Mr. Barker alone. This is a crucial matter. We are moving to the second month or a month and a half now. Then this stuff happening, and these guys is deeply affecting people in Lofa County. And people are not nobody listening to him. So the politicians are waiting, librarians are waiting, so you can reach out to them, so they can see how they can help the situation. Does anybody on this platform aware what any politicians involved in the negotiation or talking to?
Not me. I'm not aware, and I will tell you one reason why that will not work under this Barker administration. You know why? Not that it cannot work. That's the best solution for me, I think. Instead of just government to government or whatever. But this administration, knowing who they are, they will not want the name of George Weah, Ellis Cummings, maybe Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, because she's been former president and then she's a unity partisan, and Tawan Kongolo. They will not want those people to go and mediate. After they mediate, they broker or deal with Dumuya, and the Kenyan troops are withdrawn. You know what happened? You know how the government, how the Liberian people look at the government. The government will be like helpless, even though the government will be also represented, but they don't want those people named to shine. So the people then broker the deal. So they might not even allow them to do it. So, well, that's just my feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, you may be right, though. You may be right.
Yeah,
Not your feeling, because
whether we know, I
But
personally do not know whether any of them are getting involved.
and Badoli and Linford, we copy the American democracy, right? Where we have three branches of government. In terms of crisis, the host have the right to summon the executive to update them what's going on. Isn't that what happened? In the case of Liberia, the one that's supposed to call the executive, they gone to the border to go do. The more we come together, the happy will be. What kind of country is Liberia? Serious national crisis where you supposed to summon the executive to say, look, what the hell is going on? Talk to us. What kind of help we can give? Honor Ellen, she made George Weah peace ambassador to help her. Think on it. So what, you have a major crisis and the government so mute, and then what they do, this very government, when the press secretary, not press secretary, but the information minister came and say people are causing no, you can come give them arm. That would be the solution to the problem. It just tell you that when we're growing up, when they say this person playing football, when he say FICI, their government is just a FICI government. That's the bottom line of it. So the 50-year experience is just FICI experience. Because if you work on Ellie, when Ellie made George Weah, who was torn in her flesh as peace ambassador, in terms of crisis, get George Weah, get Cummings, get Tawan, get all of it, get Ellen, all of them, Simon Fremont, bring them together as national leaders. What can we do? But they refuse. That FICI government, we like it, we like it, it's the fact. The government just FICI. You see, that's how I see it. Until they put their thing together. Well, by the way, I want to end on a note. If I'm heading a project in Liberia or working with 30%, we meet every week to discuss how the project going. The government came up with a rest agenda. The president called meeting once a year. How on earth will he know who doing better, who performing? Isn't that where they have the thing here, say from your performance, they get appraisal to see what your government doing, what departments are doing. Then he had a cabinet meeting to say, oh, we delayed, we wasted time. Who wasted time? Because you're not having meeting with your people, so you don't know what.
But they're discussing already in a class reloaded.
That's That's instead of meeting to know what is happening, get a group of jacks sitting now on class, cash reloaded because you go there
Or class, cash wheel. I don't know what you.
talk nonsense. This it is what it is. We
No,
have a very peaceful government. Until Liberian
the other minister
citizens,
asking the other minister, man, how your minister? Oh yeah, my minister, all right, man.
Man.
But Padori, maybe you got a quick thought on the question that
That is a disappointment. That government's a disappointment.
Yeah. You see, to be very frank, if we say that we want to talk about the way our government then been behaving from John Weir administration to present, we will not get tired talking today. Yeah, to be realistic, because they have been wasting our time. We said it, and we will continue to say it. The electing Mr. Weir and electing Mr. Obaka into the leadership is a waste of time. It's a serious waste of time, waste of energies, everything. You see, but Liberia, that's it, Liberia. You and I see ourselves to be very frank, in any civilized nation, like what Mr. Chulple just wasting our time on that topic, talking about the legislator supposed to summon the executive. The legislator is in the executive pocket already. So how would they summon? How can you summon somebody that you are in a person pocket? So obviously everything is fiasco at this stage. But if we say we're going to be talking about it, we'll talk about it. From now to Judgment Day, there's nothing will happen. But I hope somebody like Traore Ball, who just took over in Burkina Faso, some person like that can take our country. But what a democratic mean?
Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, you calling for?
Yeah, but
we're not encouraging
Mr. Dollar, why are you calling for? You calling for unconstitutional change
of democracy or by some
we're not encouraging that. In fact, that's why
you have to retry that statement. We don't want to take that statement on the platform.
No, I didn't say that.
No, we're not encouraging that. You need to retry that statement. We don't call for any unconstitutional change in Liberia. We want democracy to prevail.
I hope somebody would.
Yeah, we do encourage that here.
Traore take over our country by means of democratic vote. Somebody who got the same mentality of Traore. That's what I'm saying.
So that means you're telling us that anybody from the AFL should come and take over the country. That's what you're saying?
I didn't say that though. You understand? Let me make it clear here.
Make it clear. Because you're gonna be on record. You gotta be on record. You gotta be very clear here.
You know, Padole,
yeah,
this guy can watch our program from Liberia, Fajala TV. Let me tell you something. So when you make your statement, you might want to put a poster up about the flyer we did when we said the yellow machine. May enter in graveyard. Do you know when how to call this? Daniel Sano had the usual press.
But Daniel Sano was one time your guest here also, though. So
yes,
he always come.
That's the first thing he mentioned. Some people say, "Oh, the machine will enter in graveyard." That thing made me laugh. So they watched the program. So we want you to please just bring that statement back. That's
why I make it clear. I say by means of democratic means, voting to vote. So the person should have
but Traore did not take over by democracy.
The person should have feeling for the country like Traore. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is why he said
Mr. Dollar, we just pull your leg. I know you're responsible for your own comment, but we don't hold you.
I'm not saying somebody should come.
Your statement is clear. You made a clarification.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You made a clarification. We agree.
I make it clear. I don't say somebody should take over. When you come outside,
don't worry. Nobody's going to say. Nobody's going to be RIA to hold you responsible.
This is
Alfonso Tele is talking about.
I beg you, please give me a chance. Let me
finish saying this thing. We agree.
Before you don't know what's going on. The old man, your friend, and somebody go hold him at the RIA. That's he want to make a picture click.
And see, they told Yeka Koruba because he made statement.
Before you don't know what is under this thing. The man want to make a position clear because he may have a future plan to go home. So that's why he want to make
it. He already made it clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. He already made it clear. Do you know that leadership?
What is the ballot box and change the government? That's what I mean.
No, but pardon,
there is nothing like democracy. Yeah. You just listen to your own American CIA man who said they can whether the people elect democratically elected government, if they are not doing what you want, what your America does not want, they don't care about the people, government by the people or whatever. I can play for you again. CIA. So what is democracy? Our own people, long time before the women divided Africa and called Liberia and brought democracy, our own people were ruling by wisdom. Okay, in the power there was no democracy. Even the God yourself, there's no democracy because I'm gonna go and can decide everything. He can decide.
So let's see who can close the show. Yeah. I just want to say to Padole, you know, Prophet Keys they sent him to jail. That freedom of speech, they killed the freedom of speech in Liberia. When Yeka Koluba said Guinea coming to claim land, they summoned him to expel him. So that means
freedom, or democracy you're talking about. So
yes.
Now on top of that, Greg Coma does not joke.
Exactly.
And you
the
moment, so you
can say, oh, that these guys on us. But when a guy that me can tell the truth, I think the police, if I were in the police.
Yeah, look, I said, let me never emphasize on I think Limbo is aware, is my living with me. I said, somebody who got the mindset.
I'll not be like when we get to RIA.
I beg you, don't bring the security matter to that issue because the national security will focus on RIA. On that issue, I don't want anything like that. What I'm saying here is this: Tawale, somebody who got the mindset like Tawale.
You can't do that thing, yeah?
No, but Jimmy and Trouble are coming out with all kinds of statements that will drag the attention of the international, the central government. So I don't want to make it clear.
Fabi, you free. Nobody can do anything. I'll in Liberia.
I'm free.
I was scared when I got to RIA.
Sure, I'm free.
You can say anything like bro. Once you take gun or you take that to help somebody, what will happen to you?
Okay, they don't have respect freedom of speech anymore. Anything you say, the whole year content.
Paul, are you are a friend of Kincha? So if government, if you like no man knock me down, I hope you will come to my rescue.
Oh yeah.
Gregor will respect. Gregor will respect you. You owe her in again. You respect.
When you can grab Saint Jackson, you know, and put him back and Saint Jackson older than me. That old age you're talking there. I'm not. But that is not.
They're going for all the critical voices, so be careful.
That's why I'm getting
Okay, guys. I think it was a good show. If I so time you that you play in country, enjoy yourself every evening, then you get be more. We talk about democracy. Why the democracy? If I so tell you, one day we'll bring you on a show here. Next week we'll bring you on a show. I want you to come here and talk.
Alfonso Nino appear on my program. Let's have a discussion.
I mean, not making scared. You get be more for nothing. You can be in the background and be making be more.
I would like to leave you guys.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Although we are leaving now. Yeah, it was wonderful being here together, guys. We want to say thank you for watching. And without you, we cannot be here, and without us, we cannot be here. And of course, our man Alfonso, you know, you always little profile in it, guys. You can make the show interesting. Anytime Alfonso, now I can enjoy the show. Because you know for we talk Google thing about not talk one thing, but by the time you talk something else, hey, you're taking make it big. And I want to bring if also if he's strong enough, we'll put it on a hasty here so you can answer some questions.
Yeah, you bring that man here. Let me give you someone
You say you're not interested in the circle, but you can watch the circles. Once you're in the circle, you follow the circle, brother. But it was good being here, guys. We'll be here on Tuesday. And we want to say thank you. Come here on Tuesday and we'll have some wonderful time. We'll let you leave you.
And I'm here on Sunday, Linford.
Yeah, Paul is going to be here on Sunday. So we'll leave with a message from Paul so you can join him on Sunday if you have the time. And let me see, Paul, I can't find you. You can find yourself? You can find it?
Yeah,
okay, I got it. Okay, I got it.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism. Just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.